So, Elaine, a rare day of sunshine. Do you think
Beautiful.
we
Beautiful.
should
man.
talk about gigonometry for a few
No,
minutes?
let's talk about holidays.
I'd love to talk about holidays, but before we go on holidays, we have to do a few more gigonometry gigs,
True
right?
that.
So, come here. You got involved in gigonometry well over a year now.
Yeah,
Why?
because I loved your show. I loved what you did. No, it's
Say
a
all the
really,
right
it's a great, night that you started. And as someone that's in a band myself, like it's nice to play such a good venue, the Workman's Club, which
Yeah.
you give that to so many bands that would never have the opportunity. Really, like
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's a wonderful thing, and I'm so
Oh.
happy to be involved in it, Dave. You led you.
You touch my heart in more ways than you know. It's, I mean, I suppose because we're both lead singers in our own bands and
Yeah.
stuff, and we we've played the live circuit for so long and stuff. I mean, certainly my goal in setting up Gigonometry was to absolutely give bands the most amazing experience possible.
Yeah.
From meeting and greeting them to a fantastic sound check to a wonderful show, a great audience, the most brilliant on-stage sound, I think, in Dublin,
is
in my
actually.
opinion.
Yeah,
It's
it
really,
is.
really
It
good.
is.
Fantastic sound engineers. And then we do this interviewing thing as well with the bands
Yeah.
afterwards, which kind of caps it all off.
Does.
And the crowd really appreciate the bands. There's kind of that unique connection as well, isn't there, between
Yeah.
audience and
It
and
is,
artist? Like, there's total respect.
Yeah, the people out there are listening. You very rarely hear a conversation,
Yeah,
from anybody when there's somebody playing.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
if you go to other gigs, I find there's a lot of people chit-chatting, which is fair, it's fine,
Absolutely. A
Not
night
our
out.
night.
Not no talking aloud at our night. I know it's really nice the way the audience just they just kind of understand that. You never have to
Yeah.
say anything. Nobody has to go shh or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of understood or whatever.
Especially for the acoustic acts that start, where they haven't got the
Yeah,
noise.
yeah.
That would kind of,
Absolutely.
what's the word? I
Yeah.
can't think of the word.
I
What I mean?
I know, there is a word. We
There's a
just
word.
can't think of it between us, yeah. And we're songwriters, good God, what chance have we got? Last month we had Sean O'Brien Fields
Yeah.
playing, and you could hear a pin
Incredible.
drop
Incredible.
for that. Like, it was a half-hour set of almost just pure, utter silence. He must have wondered if there was anybody actually in the room when he was playing.
yeah.
And then, because you can't see with the lights, and then the song finishes, and suddenly there's this woohoo and rapturous applause.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so wonderful.
He was
Elaine,
fantastic.
what do you look for when you come up with some brilliant acts? How do you find them, and what do you look for in bands and
How
artists?
do I find them? I come across them. I don't know. When you come across someone and then you're like, look more into them, and then it's like,
Yeah,
we need to get these
Yeah.
kind of thing,
yeah.
And it actually with Fields there, I came across, it was a SoundCloud or something,
Yeah,
and then I
yeah.
looked into him, and I had seen like a few bloggers had posted great things about him, and then I listened to more of his stuff online,
Okay.
and that's kind of he's
Yeah.
a really, really unique, I think, kind of.
He's a beautiful singer, beautiful
he's
lyrics, and
fantastic.
he just creates this lovely
Fantastic.
kind of almost rustic sort of atmosphere.
Yeah.
That song "In the Morning" is just mind-blowingly
Oh, I
good.
absolutely love it.
That
And he's a gent
playlist
as well.
is,
He's a
and
sound guy
he's
as well,
such a lovely fella
Yeah,
as well.
he's really
And that playlist you've set up on Spotify is a really cool idea. And come here, next month we have Farah L, who I saw a couple
Yeah.
of. I saw her during the week actually in Whelan's, and she's just an incredible new talent. We've Katie Laffin, who's
Yeah.
can't wait to see Katie on stage. And then this kind of prog space rock band called Tua, who are out there. They're just extraordinarily good. And Easy Tide, who are kind of
Yeah.
really punk, three-piece punk attitude. It's such a cross-section of stuff. And you and I, we never actually meet. This is like a rare occasion.
Yeah.
We only meet once a month, but here we are just doing a little promo thing and whatever. And it's kind of like we just make this kind of happen, and I go out and find my random bands, and you go out and find your random acts through
Yeah.
whatever means possible. And they all get along amazingly well together on the night,
Yeah,
don't they?
and they all seem to enjoy the night,
Yeah.
they really do. I think the extra bits, as you were saying, the interview afterwards and stuff is really,
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
But like, for me, with the Workman's Club, the sound is
Yeah.
like one of the main.
It really is, yeah. Hats
know,
off to
yeah.
Carl and James and Eugene and all the sound engineers and people who've put and Vinny. They've really put the money into the place, and they've
Yeah.
upgraded They understand this is a venue, it's a gig venue, therefore the sound has to be number one, really, really good.
Yeah.
And they've really done the business on that. Do you know we're coming up to our second birthday in April? The 14th of April gig is our second
Is it?
anniversary in the Workman's.
Oh,
Yeah.
blew Balloons?
Yeah, balloons perhaps, yeah. Tinsely things. So I'm going to put posters up all around the venue for the 24 gigs that we've had up to this point. I have them all laminated and stuff. So Helen Kelly, by the way, big shout out to Helen Kelly. Absolutely
Fantastic.
amazing poster designer. So anybody who wants a poster designed, talk to Helen, get in touch with us and let us know. And by the way, bands who might be looking at this, get in touch with us and send us on your music. And we're not fussy. We are completely fussy. I mean, but what we want from bands is that, yeah, you are willing to put in the effort, you're down to earth, and you're going to arrive on time, and you're going to give it loads of promotion in advance. And pretty much, it's hard for us to make much money at the door, but if we do, it all goes to you as well.
Yeah.
But mainly bring your merchandise. It's not that we don't want bands, but there's no point in bands coming along if they've nothing recorded and they've nothing to sell. It's a nice experience for them, but if you have something to sell, people will buy your stuff, and if you have something to promote, a gig coming up or whatever. And the other thing as well, of course, is that we have Gigonometry on Meetup, which has meetup.com, which has 2,500 members. So we've had bands promoting their shows after they play Gigonometry to these 2,500 people, and they might be getting 15 or 20 people coming along to a gig, and that's a great boost for them as well. So it's kind of an extra little thing we add in there as well.
The audience that go to Gigonometry, the regular audience, you kind of often see them at the gigs. Yeah. The next time,
that's
in
right.
a different place, which is really good to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's kind of an extra little thing. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So it's an extra thing, I suppose, that makes it worthwhile for bands and acts to play at our gig. But I think the whole experience is something we really enjoy. Are we totally mad, Elaine, doing all this? The amount of time we spent on it is ridiculous.
I know. You more than me. How many years are you doing this?
4. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's enjoyable, isn't it?
It is.
And you get to see these bands. You're guaranteed 4 good acts every month. See live. Well, we missed half the show really, with all the running around. But
that's true.
It's rewarding, Dave.
Yeah.
It's rewarding.
Thanks, Elaine.
I'm just going to double check this is all recording properly.
Yeah. Okay. And April the 14th is our next gig. So
April the 14th.
Come along, be there or be square.
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah, do it.
Who has been your favourite act, or the act in all the 4 years of doing Gigonometry that has stood out to you?
Oh wow, that's an awful question
Isn't
to
it?
ask, Elaine Doyle. Shame on you.
Thinking of the worst question to
Shame
ask.
on you. I suppose really the highlight, to be honest, for me was Clockwork Orchestra.
Yeah.
Which was just really one guy, Paul Mangan.
That's right,
And it wasn't so much the show that he did for us on the night, which was phenomenal, and I was so looking forward to it. It was seeing him in Whelan's first, again, one of these random things, a random gig I went to, and being completely blown away by this extraordinary musician with an extraordinary band of people with him who were playing such complex music that I couldn't follow it, but it just did something to me. It touched me inside.
Yeah.
I bought the album that night, and they played it consistently for about 6 months. It was just my favourite album of 2014, 15, that kind of time zone. And when I got Paul to play a show with us back last May, I think it was just a very special experience for me, He wasn't able to get the full band together because they come from all over Europe and stuff.
That's right, yeah.
But he had two other people playing with him, and that was just enough for me. I was just completely
It's great when you find a band like that really touches you,
Absolutely, yeah. They're so out there, so different, so progressive. And they'll probably never be commercially successful because they're almost too good to be commercially successful, but it's such a pleasure to come across stuff like that. But I'm finding that all the time. I'm coming across new stuff that is just blowing my mind away all the time. It's quite incredible. The music scene in Dublin is just
a lot of talent.
Extraordinary.
A lot of talent.
It really is.
Including yourself, Dave.
Well, thank you very much, and yourself too, Elaine Doyle.
We just had a fantastic performance from Dave there a few minutes ago in this very room.
Shucks. And Elaine, you're going to be bringing out some stuff in a while as well. Do you want to say anything about that?
I don't know what I'm doing with it actually yet, but I recorded an EP, and there's 3 songs and a remix that my friend Rob did. I just don't know what I'm doing with it yet. So
okay, the big challenge for us all, isn't it? We have all this music, but how to get it out there?
It's great when you record and you get it mastered. You're like, yes, this is amazing. And then it's like, oh, what do I do now?
Yeah, exactly.
How do I progress now?
Yeah.
But I'd love to get a video done for it now as well.
Yeah, do, because I've heard the songs and they absolutely sound really impressed with them. Yeah.
Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It means a lot coming from your good self,
So come here, will we keep doing this Gigonometry thing for another while, yeah?
Yeah. Another year maybe.
Yeah.
Our 3rd birthday,
the
Workman's.
Okay.
And we'll do this again.
That's a deal.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thanks, Elaine.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah. Yes.